Big cover today in the New York Post, my favorite newspaper in America. And yes, I still love to read newspapers. It's so funny. Christian and Eric, these guys today in New York, are like, you want your papers? Because I love papers. I love the Post. Look at the cover. If you're watching here on Salem News Channel today, you'll see it in big, bold headlines. Snapped. Why did nice guy Mark Sanchez end up mad and bleeding on an Indianapolis street at midnight? Look, this is an almost impossible story to follow. They've got security footage of the former Jets quarterback, Mark Sanchez, who's now a big commentator on, I think he's on Fox, right, guys? He's like a commentator, an NFL broadcaster, and he was in Indy for a game, gets into an argument with a 60-something-year-old truck driver because the guy's got his truck parked at a loading dock, which evidently is where it was supposed to be. But Mark Sanchez, who was allegedly drunk as a skunk, gets into an altercation with the guy. Have you seen the pictures of the guy in the hospital? The guy's got his face split wide open. Sanchez evidently and this guy get into it, and the guy tries to pepper spray Sanchez to defend himself. That doesn't work. So he stabbed him a couple of times. Mark Sanchez could have died. He was admitted to the hospital in critical condition, and then winds up getting arrested. So, look, I don't know how to get into the X's and O's of this altercation, but here's what I do know. And I see this every day here in New York or when I'm back in Florida or anywhere I travel around the country. There is so much anger right now in America. People are turning on each other, and it is kind of wild. I always have a rule. The rule I have is count to 10. I think about road rage all the time. I think about fights. I think about people arguing with each other on the subway or bumping into one another in the mall. And before you know it, somebody's dead. To me, the takeaway of the Mark Sanchez, and I want you to join me here. Fill up my phone lines. You know me, love loaded lines. It's Tuesday, October 7th. We got a lot to cover here in the Relief Factor studios. Our number is 800-655-MIKE. To me, the only takeaway, the most important takeaway is this. Count to 10. Think that the other person might have the ability to kill you. Consider before you start yelling at a stranger over getting cut off on the highway or bumped into on an elevator. Consider the fact that before you get into an argument with that person might be himself unhinged, and he might have a gun or a knife, and your life's going to be over. And you're going to leave your wife a widow. You're going to leave your kids without a dad. You're going to leave your children without a mother, whatever it is. There is just so much anger. And there is a lesson here. The lesson is, take a breath. It isn't worth it. Life is short. Don't shorten it because you're in some stupid road rage argument with a truck driver in Indianapolis. I mean, to me, that's the whole story here. Give me your take on all of it. I want you to join us. 15 past the hour. Number is 800-655-MIKE. 800-655-6453. Don't play the fool. Get your act together. Take a breath. 800-655-MIKE. Join us.
Mike Gallagher.
So here's the way the New York Post has covered this bizarre story involving Mark Sanchez. His friends and former teammates are baffled by the charges levied against him and asking how the nice guy quarterback wound up bloody on an Indiana street, accused of savagely attacking a 69-year-old truck driver with hearing aids following a drunken night out. No more Mr. Nice Guy? People are asking about Mark Sanchez. And his friends and colleagues are calling this, he was arrested. I mean, the guy wound up being charged in the hospital room, stabbed in the torso. There's video surveillance of him bloody, but you ought to see the guy, the other guy, the 69-year-old truck driver. Here's a guy nearly 70. He's all slashed open and big, huge gash down his cheek, blood everywhere. What in the world happened? Pennsylvania sent a text message on the MyPillow text line. Alcohol is not for everyone. Well, that's the truth. But I would also urge you to take a lesson from this. Count to 10. Take a breath. You don't need to get into... It amazes me to watch, and we've all done it. We've all flipped off somebody driving down the highway. Somebody cuts you off. You're mad, you're honking. They're flipping you off, you're flipping them off. And before you know it, somebody's killed. Was it worth it? As you're bleeding out on the side of the road because the guy you flipped off shot you, was it worth it? Did you feel better that you gave him the middle finger? There really has to be kind of a reckoning here that we're all just too angry. We're all just too prone to instantaneous road rage. Jason's in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, Jason, how are you?
Hey, Mike, how are you today?
Fine. What's up?
Good. So, quick comment. My wife does this really funny thing, and maybe it's because she's a mother of four and she kind of has that matronly aura. When someone engages with her in traffic, she just kind of shakes her head and gives them a thumbs down. And it's the most disarming thing you'll ever see. People can just be enraged, and she'll give them this thumbs down and kind of this disappointed look. And they just kind of avert their eyes and put their head down a little bit and go about their business. We've taught our two oldest who are driving, hey, listen, don't give the middle finger. Just give a thumbs down and just keep going along your way.
I like that. Have you ever noticed how it works so that sometimes if you honk at somebody because they've cut you off, how they become aggressive towards you? They're the ones that did the wrong thing, but they go on the offensive. I mean,
it's holding the mirror up, and then now they've been almost like being held accountable for an action versus going, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." Because I don't know about you, but if I cut somebody off, I feel terrible. I wave.
I'm shrugging. I'm saying I'm sorry. I'm mouthing I'm sorry. I feel terrible if I've cut somebody off. But a lot of times, people who cut somebody off, again, you're right. It's projection. It's the weirdest aspect of human nature and this happens all the time. When you might be minding your own business in your lane, somebody cuts right in front of you, almost causing you to crash. You might just honk to let them know you're there, and then they're mad at you. They turn around, and they're flipping you off, and they're mad at you, and they're yelling at you, and you haven't done anything wrong. But do you have any other takeaway on this Mark Sanchez story? 25 past the hour. We've got an open line, 800-655-MIKE. We'll stay in Ohio where Marshall is standing by. Marshall, how are you?
Hey, Mike, thanks for taking my call. You're great.
You bet. Oh, God bless you. Glad you called. Thank you.
Hey, first of all, we need more prayer. That's the bottom line. Christ is gonna bring peace. So we need more prayer.
You got it.
Well, this is what I think. This is what I think that his defense team will do. If you look back at his career, he was sidelined several times with concussions. So I think that they're going to use post-concussion syndrome as a defense for him. But he's looking at 6 years in prison. They said yesterday, I watched it on the news, and they charged him with a felony yesterday.
I saw that. And you're right, he could be up to 6 years in prison. But here's the funny thing about the concussion defense. Does a concussion defense include getting drunk? Because that's apparently the allegation was that he was half in the bag. Think that something happened there that could cause it. Look, I will tell you this. It always blows my mind how somebody's life just gets completely upended by one bad night. This guy's, he's ruined, right? How does he come back? Shirley Fox will fire him. He's going to face felony charges, might wind up, in prison for a number of years. And here he was, former NFL quarterback, big star for the New York Jets. Fox, a color analyst, on Fox and Fox Sports, and it's all down the drain now. For what? For one drunken night on the town?
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.